So tell me what you did first.
First of all, we poured in the Synergen pre-engine treatment, drove around a couple days, came back, had the oil changed, and we put in the Synergen engine treatment.
Okay. All right, camera settling and action.
Recently, I gave the Synergen extra mileage treatment a test driving from Dallas, Texas to Memphis, Tennessee and back, driving my Avalanche.
Sweet. There you go. Okay. Here we go. And action.
Recently, I gave the Synergen extra mileage treatment a test driving from Dallas, Texas to Memphis, Tennessee and back, driving my Avalanche.
Good. That was nice. That was so. And action.
Recently, I gave the Synergen extra mileage treatment a test driving from Dallas, Texas to Memphis, Tennessee and back, driving my Chevy Avalanche.
That was pretty good. Let me have a. So tell us what you recently did.
Recently, I gave the Synergen extra mileage treatment a big test, driving from Dallas, Texas to Memphis, Tennessee and back, driving a Chevy Avalanche. I missed the Chevy Avalanche. Oh,
Stand by and okay, Mike, tell us about Synergen.
Recently, I put the Synergen extra mileage treatment to the test, driving from Dallas to Memphis, Tennessee, both ways, and stopping in on the way for petrol.
And action.
Even with today's gas prices, and we know that's going to change, the extended mileage is a more than welcome event.
Stand by.
On the way home, we got a big surprise. Smoother ride, more power, and when we got back home, we still had a quarter tank of gas left.
Nice.
Okay.
All right. Ready?
No, you just give me a second. Okay. On the way home, what a surprise. We had more power, a smoother ride, and when I got back, we still had a quarter tank of gas left. Wow, was that great or what?
Forget that part.
Both views will
That works.
Okay, and
On the trip to Memphis, I got as far as Little Rock, Arkansas, when the low fuel light came on. I pulled into a truck stop and filled up. Continued my trip to Memphis, came back to the same truck stop on the way back to Texas, filled up, and began my trip home. Keep waiting for the light to come on telling me I needed more fuel. I got home, I had a quarter tank of gas left. I couldn't believe it. I was so excited. This got me home, and I'm so excited about it I can't tell you more.
Perfect.
that was good.
Yeah.
On the trip to Memphis, I got to Little Rock when I was about to run out of fuel, pulled into a truck stop, filled up, and went to Memphis. Got everything done there, and on the way back, I stopped at the same truck stop, filled up, and began my trip back to Texas. I got back and I kept waiting for the low fuel mileage. Son of a bitch. Why do I have so much trouble? On the trip to Memphis, we got as far as Little Rock, Arkansas, and the low fuel mileage, that's where I'm having.
And bring it home.
On the trip to Memphis, I got as far as, shit. Okay, let's go again.
Okay, store over.
Okay. On the trip to Memphis, I got as far as Little Rock, Arkansas, when the low fuel mileage came on. I'm screwing it up. Damn, why did I say
You're
that?
rushing it.
I know.
You don't have to rush it.
Load it.
Hold on. Let me. I've done this about 1,000,000 times. I don't know why I'm having so shit much trouble here. On the trip to Memphis, I drove as far as Little Rock when the low fuel light came on. Pulled into a truck stop, filled up, went to Memphis. Did what I did in Memphis, and on the way back to Texas, I stopped at the same truck stop. Filled up and drove home. I kept waiting for the low fuel light to come on. It didn't. When I finally got home, I had 1/8 of a tank left. Still had fuel left. Synergen, that's what got me home. This is what I like. This is what I'll always have. On the trip to Memphis, I got as far as Little Rock when the low fuel light came on. I pulled into the truck stop there, filled up, went to Memphis, did my business, and on the way back, stopped at the same truck stop, knowing that the light had come on for the low fuel coming up. Filled it up, drove back, and on the way home, I got home, I had a 1/4 tank of... Fuck.
You want to do the cutaway?
On our trip to Memphis, we drove as far as Little Rock when the low fuel mileage...
Say, Synergen engine treatment, it really works.
That'd be great. Okay.
On our trip to Memphis, we drove to Little Rock where we were running out of gas. So I pulled in, filled up, drove the rest of the way to Memphis, did whatever we had to do in Memphis, and then we began the trip back to Texas. Got to Little Rock, filled it back up again, and then we drove back. And I kept waiting for the low fuel mileage light to come on my dash, which it didn't. And I got home and I had a 1/4 tank of gas left. Now, if you really want to have it work, Synergen engine treatment, this will get you home and it saves you money. Let's do it again. On our trip to Memphis, we drove as far as Little Rock when the engine light came on that we needed fuel. We pulled into a truck stop, filled up, went to Memphis, did our business. On the way back to Dallas, we went to the same truck stop, filled it up, and drove back to Dallas. As we got closer to Dallas, I kept waiting for the engine light to come on, saying that we needed more fuel. We made it all the way home and still had 1/8 of a tank of gas. Now that's a winner for me. On our trip to Memphis, we drove as far as Little Rock when the oh, dang it.
And ready, and bring it home.
After we put the Synergen engine treatment into our crank, let me start over, right? I know exactly where I'm going though.
That's fine. Still rolling.
Okay. After we put the Synergen engine treatment in our car, we just took off to Memphis. We drove as far as Little Rock, Arkansas, and stopped at a truck stop. Filled it up. We were basically running on film.
And action. That'll work.
Okay.
Stand by.
Okay.
Okay, and action. Good. Let me have one more. That'll stand
Okay.
by. And action. Perfect. And action. Good. Put it back in.
Engine treatment.
I'm sorry, I wasn't ready. Hold on. I'm rolling again now. Okay, and action.
Synergen pre-engine treatment.
Good. Okay, and just say Synergen pre-engine treatment.
Synergen pre-engine treatment.
And again.
Synergen pre-engine treatment.
Good. And this time, when you say Synergen pre-engine treatment, drop it like this.
Okay.
Okay. So, and again.
Synergen engine treatment. Oh, pre-engine
No,
treatment.
it's okay. It doesn't matter. Okay, Mike. Tell me what you did first.
First of all, we added the Synergen pre-engine treatment. Drove around locally for a couple of days, came back, changed the oil in the filter, and then we added the Synergen engine treatment before we went on the trip.
Good. Tell us what you did first.
First of all, we added the Synergen pre-engine treatment. Drove around locally for a couple of days, and then we came back, changed the oil and the filter, and we added the engine treatment.
Nice. Let me have another one.
Yeah.
all good news.
First, we poured in the Synergen pre-engine treatment. Drove around locally for a couple days, and then we changed the oil and the filter and added the engine treatment.
Okay. Okay, this is Mike part 2. What did you do first?
First, we poured in the Synergen. I kept hearing his.
Okay, and
Even with today's gas prices, and we know that's going to change, the extended mileage is a more than welcome event. Give it a try.
good. Let me and act.
Even with today's gas prices, and we know that's going to change, the extended mileage is more than a welcome event. Give it a try, Synergen.